So we're on PvP now. Of course, we've done Julius, looking into how to build him. I've shown you guys the power this man possesses on PvE, and I'm pretty sure you guys get a general idea on how this man is gonna run PvP. So the first team that I'm using is going to be pretty much a very common team, which I feel like most people are going to be using. So obviously Noelle is obviously she's going to be there right beside him, and then from that point on you build off from however you want to. So obviously having a tank, so you've got Radis to build off from the barrier play, and Valtos that will give you the speed increase. Now I don't have the proper gear on for my Julius, as I do have the speed gear set on. So that's kind of what I'm going with right now. But essentially, when attacking, if you can go turn 1, then that's going to be like a comfy spot. So essentially how it's going to be working, Valtus is going to come in. Keep in mind, my Julius is also maxed. I mean, if you do come across teams that have maxed out Julius, then that's going to be a bit of a problem, because it's like, right, they've got a second time use out of Julius. So that's something to take note of. But it's not going to be as threatening as you would think. So obviously in a situation like this with all these characters, obviously Mimosa, she's a reviver. I've got 2 characters that are good to be reducing my speed, but Noelle is the character that I'm actually trying to get rid of as soon as possible. So with me going first by taking the speed, I've got my whole team coming in one after another, so it gives me that big advantage play and making it so that this team isn't as threatening if I didn't give myself that speed advantage play. So straight off the bat, I'm going to get rid of this Noelle because I don't want her barrier play coming into play, and I mean, she survives, that's absolutely fine. Good thing about having Radis is that you can play off his barrier, so that way Noelle can actually be more on the aggressive side, and hopefully we get some good. There we go, beautiful. So we've taken away the revive, which is beautiful. We've got the Radis's barrier on, so I mean, that kind of negates Thingy's stun. Obviously she brought back Noelle, which is not a problem. We've still got barrier play on everyone else, so we can absorb the damage right there, and then at that point we can play off from that. So we don't need to worry about the revive. I mean, yes, healing is still there, but what I will do now is I do believe, oh wait, so right now Julius is going to be doing his AoE, so what I want to do is I want to give it to my Julius, because he will do a lot more damage. So that's going to come through. Bop. There you go. Half health already gone. Yes, we did get the speed decrease. That's absolutely fine. We can still work with it. So pretty much at this point, all of his main attacking units are... Okay, well, they're not weak anymore, but we still have the power position. So that's fine. That is a very weak bubble. So we can actually quite easily play off that. I'm just going to get rid of his Julius, because right now he's kind of like the main, my main concern to get rid of. That's fine. We still have barrier. That's fine. So Julius is going to be the unit that is going to be doing the most damage in that position. Radis is pulling taunt, which is nice from the passive. There's a very speed unit, and see you later. That's fine. Julius is the big play here. I've lost my Noelle. That's a-okay. She came in and she did what she needed to do. Plus, keep in mind I still have my revive play. And because I gave that barrier to Julius, you guys can see even on the enemy's turn, he's putting in the work. Yeah, you can do whatever you need to do. There we go. There, that's it. That's essentially the play. Julius is that big of a power character. And then of course Radis comes in once again. We can pile up more on the barrier. I've still got my plan B being the revive. Obviously, it being an AI, they're not exactly attacking the character that they need to attack, but that's completely fine. So now I've lost it all, but that's completely fine. So that's just one of the teams. I mean, it could have been done in a much better way, because technically speaking, because I'm running speed on my Julius, if I did run my crit damage and crit rate gear, that would have OHKO'd his Noelle. But the reason why I put on speed is because, well, other people might put on speed on their Julius. So when it comes to me doing my speed buff for Valtos, and, well, I mean, then again, if he had Valtos, then I would have had to run speed, because then his Julius would have outsped. So in that case, in that scenario, because he had no speed unit, I technically could have just stuck with my crit damage and crit rate gear set for Julius. Right, just for the sake of the video, I've just put on my crit damage gear, because again, if the enemy doesn't have Valtos, then you can run damage on Julius. But if the enemy has a speed buff of Valtos and their Julius, then more than likely they'll have the upper hand on speed, so you need to make sure you've got your speed gear on. But as you guys can see, we're in that perfect position of, you know, just kind of handling business. So what I'm actually going to do is show you guys how things would have been if I had. So right now I've got my crit rate and crit damage gear set on right now. So if I wanted to, I could kill off his speed and then do the second skill. So this is going to be very common. So I'm not actually going to attack the Arsenal for the sake of the video. So I'm going to kill off his speed right there. And then that would lead into me getting my time accumulation. And then, of course, we'll then do the second skill. This is going to be just a destructive combo. So right there, as you guys can see, we've blocked off the AoE. And we've took off all of his stamina. And then your whole team right there gets an extra free turn. That is going to be the thing about Julius, what makes him pretty disgusting broken. So right there, get the buff. Because we blocked off his second skill, he's not doing the AoE, otherwise that would have hurt. And then at that point, this Asta is no longer a threat. Simple as that. And of course, if you want to go down that route of just nuking the enemy, then that's also an option. The reason why I'm bringing Sally rather than Gorsh is because on Sally's ultimate, she does give a all attack increase along with a crit damage increase. So, yeah, it's just going to be that beneficial for the two attackers rather than obviously it being single. Although Gorsh on his ultimate does give, I believe, penetration increase. I might have to double check that, but in this scenario, yeah, Sally's ultimate is pretty much nice to have. So, I mean, we don't really care about any of the debuffs. We're just going to go full on the offense, and this should essentially clean up quite nicely. So, if you kind of want to, I mean, again, so obviously right there, that revive is, it's now gone. Obviously with the buff that Sally applies, and obviously with the way you've built up your Julius, it should essentially clean up this Julius in one shot, and so that way you can lead into your second skill. And because of the damage output, realistically the tank is the only one that's going to be surviving, so whether it be Mars, Radis and whatnot. And I mean, at this point the tank is not exactly a threat, and because of course you've got your Julius, you've got your speed advantage, you've also got your Noelle. So yeah, if you do want to speed up the process as an attacker, then you can do so. I guess in defense that can also work, but I would heavily apply speed gear on everyone, because on the defense side of things, if your whole team goes first, then essentially the person that's fighting you won't have time to set up or protect themselves in any type of way, because you've got the speed advantage. So that's how that's going to be working. So just keep in mind on the defensive play, as long as you've got speed, that kind of factors in for you to go first. Your defense team is going to be completely fine and solid, and pretty much making it so that it's a difficult time for the enemy to try and beat your team. But yeah, no, this is just a nice little team to kind of when it comes to nuking and getting rid of the main aggressive unit, should I say. So like I said, it leaves Mars behind, but what's he gonna do, right? You know, so can't go wrong with the Sally boost on the attacking units. Now you can run the blue meta team. I mean, obviously if you want to switch out Noelle for Charmy, like run a full blue meta, then you can do so, but just keep in mind gear sets and speed gears I would highly recommend here, of course. I mean, the thing about the PvP meta in what we're in right now is you need the advantage play, because it's the setup. So for example, if the enemy went first, I'm completely done for, because these can be setting up the barriers, I'm going to be able to push through. More importantly, most is there providing that constant healing. So obviously coming in first and the speed gear set is going to be the new meta play for PvP. So of course in this situation his Radis hasn't activated yet, so we can kind of feed off that by getting the debuffs in. I can then get rid of his Noelle, because Noelle isn't going to be able to survive this. I can then lead into with my second skill and hope and pray that I can lock off that Mimosa, which I did, and I slow her down perfectly. Then Noelle can come in, and then I'll activate Julius's revive. Beautiful. And then at this point I can go for the stun. I feel like maybe I should have put Lotus with Julius, because here's the thing, don't get me wrong, I do like the combination with with Lotus when it comes to the speed down, but having that stun with that random ass catch, so I mean with Mars and Julius together as a combo, I would that I do like, because of course Julius will do a decent amount of damage, but then you've got that chance to stun. But for the sake of the video, we'll just do, we'll just do that, see if we can get the debuff off, which you can. We pulled the taunt, so of course he's going to be the main focus fire, which is exactly what you want in this situation, because you do not want to give Julius that extra turn. And then, again, this might be a common team again that you could run quite easily on global. Just make sure you've got speed gear set on. Just for an FYI, I've got speed gear set on everyone except Mars. So we're going to do a full-on blue meta team. Why not? We're going to throw William. So what I'm going to do is I'm making my Julius the main aggressor. Obviously, I'm not going to be sticking in Noelle, although if you do have Noelle and Julius, those are going to be the power combo that you are going to be taking. So of course we're going to be making Julius the main aggressor and pretty much showcasing how Julius can really kind of just take apart the whole enemy's team on his own. So of course we'll buff him up right now, give him the crucial buffs, and of course they did the same thing. It was with their Asta. And so right now this is how the player is going to work. So of course we're going to take care of the character that's going to be causing most issues. Does so much damage that she can't withstand it, and then we'll go in with the second skill, and right there his whole team has crumbled within the turn of Julius. That's it. The whole team is crumbled. So now what we'll do is we'll continue on, and obviously we'll give them all their debuffs, cause them some more trouble, and then do we get any? Okay, so we didn't. Okay, so we only dropped Asta. So I'm actually going to reduce everyone's speed once again, get the debuff off. There we go. Just putting everyone in that terrible position of just being slow. So that revive came through, which is completely fine. That's completely fine. It doesn't matter that she done that, because now we can activate our Fortify. And of course that will lead into going to Julius himself. And then I'm actually not going to care about her bubble. So I think what I will do is I want to extend the debuffs on Mimosa, because Mimosa is going to be the problem child here. And then, yeah, we're just going to... Yeah, there you go. So everyone's stamina goes up. You've done that. That's fine. Just... I mean, at this point, I should really be focused on... Well, no. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to wait for that barrier to disappear. So she's going to come in. Keep in mind, I do have my revive. If she doesn't, I mean, well, then again, we do have type advantage also. That's why I'm taking it nice and easy. Noelle is no longer that much of a threat now. So that's the beauty of the blue meta that is now back on top because of goddamn Julius. Yep, do your thing. Mars is going to tank. Barely took any damage. And of course, if you do have the talent where he gets that +1, as you guys can see, I've near enough got my ultimate. So what I'll do right now is, and healers and tanks, they are going to have such a hard time coming in because Mimosa will stun throughout the whole time. She barely got a turn in. So you can really just kind of break them down and take your time with them. So of course, tried to turn her into a tree. That did not work. But the blue meta now is going to be something that is going to be taken into effect. That's fine. We can quite easily absorb all of that. Speed up to Julius once again. And then at that point, it's a done deal. Alright. Now, since I've got my boys coming in, I'm going to focus fire on William. Hopefully this Oko's. It is an Oko, but it puts him in a position where, yeah, it's a done deal. Oh. How... Oh, there we go. I was about to say, what's going on here? So yeah, you can throw in William and keep buffing up Julius. Yeah, this is what I mean about the Mars combo to get that stun. And also we threw in Charmy, because of course with the barrier play from Noelle, that could keep us protected while we're kind of healing in the back. So why not throw that into the mix? So again, this can work pretty nicely. I mean, you can keep Lotus in if you want, but if I am using Mars for that combination skill, then I'm quite comfortable in the position of... not needing Lotus, because I mean we've got Julius, so like again in the same situation because he's got no revive. Oh my god, wow, he actually tanked that pretty nicely. So in this situation I'm going to be very, very careful. So I'm going to give it to Julius once again. I didn't ult here, so my barrier isn't as high as I want it to be, but that's completely fine. I'm going to see if we can get the stun off. Come on. Oh, we did. Nice. And that's the confirmation kill, and that's why I prefer the Julius and the Mars combination attack, sometimes over Lotus, right? And so, obviously we got the stun, it gave us time to kind of regroup. Then we're going with the second skill, and then stamina's lost. So, you know, it's not a bad thing. So that's another thing, right? If you don't kill the character, aka in that situation we didn't kill Noelle, but the fact we stunned her, that's the like the other insurance from Julius's ultimate, which I absolutely love. It's like, okay, you didn't kill me, but you're stunned, so essentially I'm getting a free turn off you. And then we just come in, he has his revive, so now that his revive is gone, that's going to be helping us out tremendously. Charmy's coming in, we still got a little bit of barrier supporting us. I mean, I believe that's going to disappear, but now we're getting that continuous healing. So at this point, we're going to see if I can go for the stun. Oh, RNG play, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Now, obviously... global, you don't have to worry about what's about this goddamn demon. I have to worry about this goddamn demon right now. Houston, we might have a problem on our hands because he is going to be obliterating somebody, maybe everybody. I'm gonna try and pull Taunt. I don't know if he's gonna. If he does his AoE, I'm dead. Hold on a minute. It's actually okay. Thank God. Mars ate that up. And that he's got his anti-magic on. Let's get rid of him. Oh, senor. Senor. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, we're chilling. We're chilling. Now, realistically, I should put the barrier up here. But it's fine. Yeah, I know my Julius is practically on death, but he's got his revive. And this is what I mean by having that LR +5 passive. It's so stupid. And how much of a comfy spot you can set yourself in. So we'll keep up with the heals. That's fine. She's got continuous healing. And then we'll get rid of you. Okay, even if we didn't get rid of you, then we would have been fine with just stunning you. And then that is pretty much the play right there. Have fun with it. Julius is an amazing character. And this man is broken. This man is broken. Max Julius over Max Noelle. LR +2 Julius over LR +2 Noelle. I'm sorry, that's just how it's gonna be. That's just gonna happen. I will say they should have waited for Julius to release him a little bit later on so that people can get their Noelle play going on, but yeah. But anyway, regardless, ladies and gentlemen, the power couple. But the power unit. Alrighty, you guys. Yeah, I'll end it there. Take care. Peace.